Hello, Just Too Good here, and today I'm taking a trip down memory lane and looking at the LEGO Store and Shop at Home catalog for January 2012. You can see the 2012 Ninjago sets are featured on the front, specifically Destiny's Bounty. And you can see Destiny Bounty in all its glory right here, which is one of the most recognizable LEGO Ninjago sets, and it was even remade last year. It's $80 here. It looks so small compared to the new one, and they even have an exclusive Kendo J booster pack. Now, if you guys watch my channel a lot, you know I do not like the LEGO Ninjago 2012 sets, so we'll get more into that as we get to these next pages. And you can see they feature LEGO Ninjago, City, Dino, DC Universe Superheroes, because this was the first year for that superheroes theme, LEGO exclusives, LEGO Friends, and LEGO Star Wars. Alright, so the Spinner Battle is one of those sets that isn't really remembered, along with spinners themselves. People don't really talk about it. While Ninjago stayed popular, they kind of dropped spinners actually after 2012, so this was the last year for spinners. And then they had the Fangpire Truck Ambush, and yeah, this is where it's starting to get to sets I don't like. Fangfire Mech, Fangfire Wrecking Ball. Oh gosh, yeah, I don't like these sets. I don't know, I just don't like the snake look. It's just, I guess it's a personal choice. They all kind of have similar fronts, you can see, that have these snake faces on them, but the vehicles themselves aren't so unique to differentiate them and make them interesting to me. This looks like a really chunky truck, which I don't like. This looks like a really chunky mech, which I don't like. And this is a freaking wrecking ball with the Fangpire kind of face right there, which is weird, and I don't like it. It's not weird in a cool way, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I mean, that doesn't mean that these sets are automatically bad, because you're up to your own opinion and what you think. You can see J Stormfighter up here, which is, again, I don't know. I said I don't like the snake stuff, but I also don't like some of the ninja vehicles here. I don't like this. It just doesn't interest me so much. I think they did this better 2 years after in the Kai Fighter Jet, which was smaller. It looked much better. It was like more, I guess, I don't know, wider, but it just looked much better in my opinion. And the Venomari Shrine, I actually really love this set. I think this is a great little cheap set. This was only $7, and it's a very cool small set. And that's one of the only sets I got from 2012. Rattlecopter, again, you can see the snake face, but it's just a helicopter, and it's not really interesting to me. There's nothing too unique there. Kai's Blade Cycle, which, I don't know. I don't know. It's too big for me. I like the one that they did for Lloyd in 2014, his little Blade Cycle. Which was part of that Overborg attack set. It was just the right size in my opinion. Cole's Shredder, again, just oversized in my opinion. I wish these were a lot more sleeker. So yeah, that's just my personal judgment on these. Like I said, you guys are welcome to your own opinion, and I know a lot of you guys will disagree, and that's okay. You can leave your thoughts in the comments below. There's these spinners right here, which was so cool to get Samurai X in a spinner. I got that like on sale, which I was really happy about. Actually, the same month it came out, like January 2012, at Target, somebody returned it and opened it, but they had all the same pieces, so I was happy about that. So I got like half off, I think. Starter set, just another starter set to get the kids into the spinner game, which was $20. The Kendos, or not Kendos, the booster packs, which I love these booster packs. I wish I would have taken advantage of them more. I only got this Lloyd one, which was so hard to find that first. I don't know why, but I got that for Christmas. These two are really cool. I wish I would have got them. And then they have this training set, which this was kind of a cool set because it was weird. It was like a blister pack with a box to it. But for $20, I think it's a pretty good deal. They put a lot of spinner stuff in this year, but like I said, they dropped it the following year. All right, now we're moving on to City, which the City stuff, it was okay this year. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst. This was actually when they started, I guess, deviating from the norms for like fire and police, which they do a lot with police now, where they deviate to another place. So this one they deviated to forest. So they got the off-road command center, fire ATV for fire. So this is forest fire and forest police. I honestly like the forest police stuff more than the forest fire stuff. I actually don't care about any of these except this one. I really wanted this one and I never got it, which was $20, and I actually really like that. And it comes with a cool tree too. Just looks really cool. And then they actually introduced the Great Vehicles sub-theme, sort of. I mean, they had a lot of random vehicle sets, but basically the $20 archetype for some random city vehicles that released in January. This ambulance is one of my favorite LEGO City sets. I think it's incredible. Very good set. Underrated. Heavy lift helicopter, and I didn't really like that. I like these two though. I thought these were really good cheap sets. I mean, this one, it's not the best one, but it's still a pretty good price. And then this one was really cool for $20. The latest one was $25, which is ridiculous in my opinion in terms of its price. Robbers Hideout, this was cool because they started showing some of the where the robbers hide and everything. That was also kind of shown off first in this 2012 kind of wave with Robbers Hideout. And then they have Police Dog Van, which you can see there's a gold mine right there. And then there's the Forest Police Station, which I just got on clearance like a month or two ago, or not a month, like maybe December, for a very good price. It was like 20 bucks. That's in one of my haul videos. I think my biggest haul ever video. A lot of these city stuff in Ninjago stuff from 2012, this is like when I started watching, or not when I started watching, but I started getting into reviewing Lego, because, you know, I posted my first video January 2012. And so all this stuff is kind of like nostalgic to me in a way, because I remember like Lego Boy. No, not Lego Boy. His name was Brick. I think it was like the Brick Boy 107 or something like that. But he was there for like a few months or something, and then he left. And I remember he would always review this stuff, and I would watch his stuff. I used to watch Lego Lee's stuff of these 2012 stuff. It was really nostalgic to me, I guess, now, just looking back at it. Dirt Bike Transporter, again, these are the more $20 great vehicles, as they call them. Love this set, but then they started doing like a camper every 2 years, and I got kind of tired of that. This is a really strong set that I was looking into like a month ago into maybe purchasing. It's just really kind of weird. It's like a recycling facility, but it's also really cool. Garbage Truck, we've gotten a few more since then, I think. Oh, this is when they had Dino. Ooh. I wasn't really a fan of this theme, but actually looking back, it's not that bad. I like the yellow color scheme they have. This was actually the first Lego set I got that brought me out of my Dark Ages. And the Dark Ages, if you don't know what that is like the period that you're just out of Lego. You're not interested in it anymore. But that's this set. I just randomly bought it at Toys R Us, and then that's when I started going on Eurobricks again, and then it all just spiraled into that. And I was like, I think I have the exact date. It's like November something, 2011. There's the Pteranodon Tower, which I wish I would have got these sets, because now they go for a lot on eBay, but that's not the point. I just think they look really cool. Like, this reminds me of the Agents $20 set, and it always did, but I think that's a good deal for $20. These, like this one and maybe that one, I wouldn't really buy if this theme came out again. This one I always liked because it came with this hero guy right here, which had like a nice tan hairpiece, which is kind of weird to see outside like a minifigures line. This one I sort of kind of like because just because of Triceratops, which we didn't get with the Jurassic World line. Alright, so this is the biggest of all the Dino sets. Remember, this theme was basically done after this first wave released. And they have Johnny Thunder's Descent, Josh Thunder, which is featured in my Easter eggs video. And I always kind of wanted this set because it's actually really cool. But I think the Jurassic World version is probably better. It's just cool that this came with like 3 different dinos. You can see there's a big T-Rex right there, which is a different version. Raptor, which is a different version of the other set. And then this little dino right here, again, a different version. So it's cool that they got exclusive dino colors here. Not really exclusive molds, but a lot of packed into this $100 set. And then they continued Cars, which was kind of ticked me off back in the day. I wasn't too into Lego when these pictures came out, but I was like, really, they're going to continue this and not Toy Story? Which my mind was like, I don't know, messed up back then, because obviously this was, I think, a more successful thing with kids in terms of the toy line. So you got your $6 or $7 sets, which I always like these. I wish I would have got more into this theme because I don't hate Cars 1. I just don't like Cars 2, so I wish I would have got more into this. I never got a Lightning McQueen. I always planned to get a Lightning McQueen. I think I'll probably eBay him eventually, just his set. This was cool because it was like a pump thing where you could launch them, and I just love all the different cars you could collect. I think that's such a cool collectability factor. So many different ones. Oil Rig Escape, which this is kind of dark because they have the guy who like gets crushed to death in the movie. The car gets crushed, and it's an oil rig, which you don't see in Lego before. Red's Water Rescue, meh. Like these two, it was interesting to see like how this theme continued after Cars 2 was released. This isn't so much of a good set. I don't think this one is either. What else we got? Oh, and that's it. That's it for Cars. Wow. Then they just go straight into DC Superheroes, which again, the Superheroes line was introduced in 2012. Actually, the Marvel line was not out until spring 2012. Love this set. This set's alright. This set's one of my favorites. You guys know that. It was on my favorite sets video. This set I wish I would have got because there's not much cheap Batcaves. Now the most recent one is the classic TV Batcave. This set never cared for. This set never cared for besides Two-Face, which I'm sure we'll get a Lego Two-Face for. Another Lego Two-Face for the Lego Batman movie. Remember when they did Ultra Builds for the superheroes line? Yeah, those kind of died out quickly. They were always on sale. Only Green Lantern Lego product until 2015, which is very sad. Or the only one wide released, because they got those Comic-Con ones. This one's awesome. This is the Joust for Kingdoms. This was actually, yeah, I believe this was the last Kingdom set, right? Yeah, it was the last Kingdom set. Just one last set to end it all, direct-to-consumer set. And then they advertised this little fairy tale set, which was, I don't know, educational Dacta set. But yeah, it was just one last one, and it was so cool because they have this front of the castle kind of here. This really kind of castle markety type area. And then they have the Joust right here, which it was such a weird choice to do, like a Joust direct-to-consumer set, but I really do appreciate it. It reminds me a lot of the Lego Castle Classic stuff, but it just isn't a good follow-up, I think, in direct-to-consumer terms, to the Medieval Market Village. So I think that's why it went under the radar, and people don't really remember it so much. The Grand Emporium, always see these in this catalog videos, and it's sold out. Pet Shop, do really want that. Someday I will get that before it retires. The train right here, this one goes for so much on eBay, I think, now. But it's a really cool set. I mean, they release like a direct-to-consumer train, what, every 2 years, I think? I don't know. Tower Bridge, you know, that's still around. The Volkswagen camper van's still around. Oh, this is the remake of the Shuttle Expedition. I think I featured that in one of the videos, or I featured the original one. Not too much interesting here. I'm amazed they didn't have another... Huh, they didn't have a house in the first half of 2012? Like, this was from last year, right? The year before. Oh, SpongeBob, hey. Yeah, this was unfortunately the last two SpongeBob sets. That kind of makes me sad. I love this set. Saw this on clearance for like 30% off at Walmart like 2 years ago, I think 2014. Wish I would have picked it up, because now I want to get it secondhand on eBay. This is just a great set, too. This is better than that freaking 2009 version. I did not like the 2009 version of this SpongeBob Pineapple House, because this also has Squidwards. It has a whole bunch more characters, and it just... I would probably not apply the stickers if I got that, though, honestly, because the stickers have a party theme to it. Not much here. Oh, duh! The advent of Friends. This is when Friends was introduced. Oh, Cupcake Cafe. One of my first... I think that's my third review ever. Love that set for nostalgia. I mean, the new Friends sets are definitely much better. Never cared about that one. Almost got that one. Just 25 bucks. And this is, you know, mini dolls were just like this huge thing. Like, this was like a huge release and very controversial, but ended up being one of the best sellers. These $10 sets were always really cool. I wish I would have taken advantage of these first wave ones, but I don't think I got any of these. I would always see them on clearance and stuff. This is one of the most popular LEGO sets of recent years, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I never cared about these. I did get the $5 ones, but they don't have the $5 ones here. Ooh, Series 16. I do love Series 16. I mean, Series 16. Series 6. I'm 10 ahead there. Yeah, great series in my opinion. My favorite was Sleepyhead because of his hair, and I think the minifigure is adorable, but his hair was like so awesome to me. Love the Butcher. I think the Butcher still holds up to this day. Same with the Mechanic. I loved his hair, but I like the minifigure less than Sleepyhead. They still have board games, even though those are dying. Hero Factory, which you guys know, I'm not into construction, but I do appreciate it. Appreciate its fan base and everything. It's just not for me. Or not for me anymore. Architecture, Robbie House is really cool. That's 200 bucks though. Technic, nothing too interesting there. For me at least, because you guys know I don't really care about Technic, but that's just my personal taste. Ooh, they're advertising some 2012 stuff. Pre-order it. They ship on January 30th. 2012 stuff. Yeah, I wish I would have got the X-Wing fighter. All the other stuff I'll probably cover for a later video, but yeah, the one that stands up to me is X-Wing fighter and the TIE fighter. I thought they had a new TIE fighter. Nope. Ha! UCF Millennium Falcon still there. Oh, that thing goes for so much on eBay. And then that. Whoops, going back. There's that new TIE fighter. It was just kind of hiding in the corner right there. So yeah, X-Wing, TIE fighter, those are the two I want the most. I don't really care about the Y-Wing, honestly, as a vehicle. On the back, it's just another Kingdom Joust advertisement. So yeah, that's it for this LEGO store catalog. That's actually where a coupon was at that I just peeled off and used. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later.